What's going on, everybody? We back for episode 2 tonight. I am Z, coming to you from the basement. This is Z Sports and Entertainment. What we're about to talk about is none other than your back-to-back NCAA football champions, Georgia Bulldogs. My boys, my team, my dogs. They did it. There was a lot of people saying they couldn't do it. There was a lot of people talking shit. There was a lot of people saying they was going to lose to Ohio State. There was a lot of people saying that TCU was going to have the upset of the year, whatever you want to call it. Bullshit. I call bullshit. I've been calling bullshit. And bullshit is what it is. You can't fake 65-7. You can't fake back-to-back. I don't even know where I want to start, to be honest with you, because it's just a lot to cover. We got to talk about individual performances, players that are leaving for the draft, players that are transferring, the possibility of doing this again next year. So we just going to get right into it, man. We're going to pop it off with Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett capped off an amazing Georgia Bulldog career. He's probably going to go down as the best Bulldog ever. If I'm being honest with you, that man brought 2 championships to Athens. He was a walk-on. We all know the Stetson Bennett story. He lived like the college football dream somewhat. Came in as a walk-on, got knocked down, pretty much the JUCO, came back. Like that amazing. Beautiful story. For him to cap it off with a ring is remarkable. I just only hope that the NFL teams, NFL scouts can see what he's capable of and someone gives him a chance. Stetson Bennett had a hell of a game. He had 6 total touchdowns, 4 passing, 2 through the air. I can't even sit here and say that TCU didn't know what to do with him. TCU didn't know what to do with the whole team. And that just is what it is. I have not one good thing to say about TCU's performance other than thank y'all for showing up and playing. But Georgia just rolled. I mean, and I told somebody last week, they said, Z, who you think going to win this game? What you think the outcome going to be? I said, to be honest with you, I think Georgia going to blow their ass out. Really? Why you say that? TCU just beat Michigan. Ohio State got every ounce of adversity out of Georgia. Although they won the Peach Bowl, they were pissed. They weren't happy. They were upset. Because part of them feel like the better team didn't win. A lot of people feel like Ohio State was the better team. A lot of people feel like if Marvin Harrison Jr. don't get hurt. A lot of people, I mean, of course if he don't miss the kick, but sometimes in football you need a little luck. And we all know that. We all know that. That ain't no secret. That ain't nothing new. But, I don't know, man. Sometimes stuff just feels like destiny. And it kind of just felt like it was Georgia's destiny to go back-to-back. But anyway, let's get back on track. Rushing game, had over 250 yards rushing. I mean, it's crazy they had over 250 yards rushing, but they didn't have one person over 100 yards. Hell, they only had one person reach 50. Kenny McIntosh, 50 yards. Byron, what was it? Brent, what's his name? B. Robinson. I'm sorry. B. Robinson. In the fourth quarter alone, 7 carries, 42 yards, 2 touchdowns. Stetson Bennett, 39 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kendall Milton, 33 yards, touchdown. DeJuan Edwards, 30 yards. I mean, even Brock Bowers had 2 for 15. Ladd McConkey, 1 for 14. Like, this game was a true example of, like, Georgia just imposing their will on a team that just didn't look ready. I mean, we all knew Brock Bowers was possibly the best player in the country, but for him to come out in the biggest game of the year with all eyes on him, all eyes watching, this being the only game on TV on this particular day, that have 7 catches for 152 yards and a tud, Brock Bowers does not have to play college football next year if he doesn't want to, and he will still be a first-round pick. I'm not joking, I'm not bullshitting. That's how good he is. Brock Bowers is going to be... It's hard to say that he'll be the highest drafted tight end because Kyle Pitts going 4 is a little crazy, but it's going to be hard not to select him as high as that. I mean, dude's a playmaker. Dude can... You can build an offense around this guy, and it runs smoothly. Ladd McConkey, I've fallen in love with Ladd McConkey. This kid came in, and I was upset because he was getting playing time over highly touted, highly recruited receivers, and I didn't understand it. I didn't get it. This goes back to Kirby Smart, his fascination with certain quarterbacks. I mean, a lot of people disagreed when he picked Jake Fromm over Justin Fields. I still think that was a mistake, but that's just my opinion. A lot of people felt like he made a mistake when he picked Stetson Bennett. When he picked Stetson Bennett over JT Daniels. Where's JT Daniels now? He transferred to West Virginia, played at West Virginia last year. He's transferring again to Rice. Looking like it's only going up for Stetson Bennett, and it's only going down for JT Daniels. I mean, man, listen. Like I said, they did whatever they wanted. Darnell Washington only had 1 catch. A.D. Mitchell only had 1 catch for a touchdown. If you watch this game as a Georgia fan, you got a chance to just sit back, kick your feet up, and enjoy seriously a good old-fashioned ass whooping. That's what this game consisted of. I mean, 5 sacks, 9 tackles for loss. Oh, I'm tripping. Javon Bullard. Kid's a stud. I ain't never seen someone play the nickel the way Javon Bullard plays the nickel. He can be in the box, out of the box. He can be press, man. He can play the deep ball. Javon Bullard is going to be a hell of a player for a long time, not just a college football player. He's going to play many years in the NFL. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does next year in a bigger role, but I'm curious to see if they keep him inside on nickel or are they going to move him outside and test those ball skills. Probably one of my favorite Bulldogs this year was Malachi Starks. Malachi Starks is a true freshman from Jefferson, Georgia. So Malachi Starks, in my opinion, should have been the rookie of the year, freshman of the year, whatever you want to call it. I mean, no red shirt, and from the jump, week 1 against Oregon, we saw what this kid could do. It's just remarkable what this team was able to do this year. It truly was. I mean, even last year they didn't go undefeated. Last year we didn't go undefeated. Last year we didn't win the SEC championship. This year we took it all. This year 12-0 regular season. Knock off, who do we play? LSU in the SEC championship game. Move on to the Peach Bowl. With Lloyd on our side. Knock off Ohio State. And they took care of business against TCU. Like 65-7. And believe it or not, they truly could have scored more points. I want to take a moment to thank a couple people who will not be returning. Of course, Stetson Bennett, thank you for your service. You will be missed. Also, reported today, actually, A.D. Mitchell will enter the transfer portal. That caught me by surprise. That caught me by a huge surprise because A.D. Mitchell is a true sophomore who has probably made some of the biggest catches in Georgia Bulldog history. Going back to last year, the touchdown last year in the national championship against Alabama, to me, was probably nope, I'm lying. That one and the touchdown pass against Ohio State in the Peach Bowl were the two that did it for me. A.D. Mitchell, I like A.D. Mitchell from the jump because just from like a frame, like body type, the way he runs his routes, the way he attacks the ball when it's in the air. He reminds me a lot of George Pickens. And George Pickens went on to be a second-round pick. If it wasn't for injury, he definitely would have been a first-round pick. I don't see why A.D. Mitchell can't be a top receiver in the country. It just pisses me off that it won't happen in a Georgia Bulldog uniform. I get it. You came to this school to be a winner. You got your name out there. You got 2 rings. And you still got 2 years of eligibility. I can't even be mad at you, bro. Like, appreciate you for everything you did for the school. Appreciate you for everything you did for the university, for UGA football, for Athens. And we wish you nothing but the best. Darnell Washington will not be back next year. Darnell Washington will enter the NFL draft. Probably going to go first or second round. Hopefully he can find him a good home. Darnell Washington, you will be missed. Ladd McConkey's going to come back. We got Brock Bowers back. I want to say our backfield is going to stay intact with the exception of Kenny McIntosh. Now, I don't know if Kenny McIntosh has the COVID year of eligibility left. I'm not sure. I have no idea if he has the COVID year. So, as of right now, he's a senior. I don't know if I don't know how that's gonna work. I haven't heard anything on Kenny McIntosh, but when I find out, you guys will find out. Offensive line, Broderick Jones. Again, don't really got much to say, but I mean, for the past 2 years, dude's been putting in work. I remember Broderick Jones coming out of high school, going into Georgia, and I was worried about him because I thought he was too small. Because I was comparing him to Andrew Thomas. If you don't know who Andrew Thomas is, Andrew Thomas just made first-team All-Pro with the New York Giants. Broderick Johnson is am I saying Broderick Johnson? Broderick Jones, my bad. Broderick Jones is probably going to be another first-round pick for Georgia. And like I said, hopefully he finds a good home. Hopefully he can play for many, many years. We're going to move to the defensive side of the ball. Because defense is a little crazy. Jalen Carter, arguably the best player in the draft, entered the draft, still had a year eligibility, but if I was rated the number 1, number 2 overall prospect, ain't no way in hell I'm coming back. I'm out, especially after 2 rings. I'm gone. I'll see y'all later. Jalen, thank you for everything you did. Y'all gonna get tired of me saying thank you, but Jalen Carter, thank you, man, for real, for real. The work you did next to Jordan Davis and Devontae Wyatt was amazing. I've enjoyed it. And I just hope you rubbed off on some of the other guys like Stackhouse and Bear Alexander and all those guys, man. I really hope you did, because we going to need you next year, big fella. Robert Beal feel like he been at Georgia for the past 10 years. Robert Beal will be leaving. I don't know what his draft status is, but I know he has to graduate. He has to go. Chris Smith, safety, number 29. Another guy will be heading to the NFL draft. Appreciate you. Love you. Thank you. Keely Ringo, top cornerback. Another guy heading to the NFL draft. Appreciate you. Thank you. You will be missed. The point of what I'm trying to say, guys, Georgia produces monsters. Georgia produces talent. Georgia produces NFL talent. And I truly feel like this is the start of a dynasty down in Athens. Whether it's Carson Beck, whether it's Brock Vandagriff, whether it's Hunter Stockton, I truly feel like this team has the components and the elements to be great for a very long time. I'm going to enjoy this year. I'm going to enjoy this offseason. I'm going to enjoy all of this. Because as an Atlanta fan, as a Georgia fan, as all of that, I don't get a chance to enjoy these luxuries this often. Y'all don't understand. One of my favorite teams is a back-to-back champion. I was okay with them just winning it last year. I was okay with the Braves just winning last year. But you like back-to-back, I mean 2 in a row? We did that? You can't tell me shit. I'm sorry. You can't tell me nothing. Nothing. So again, Congratulations, Georgia. Congratulations, all the players, coaches, fans, everybody involved. Oh man, how did I forget? How did I forget? I do want to send my condolences to the University of Georgia players' family, to the University of Georgia player who lost his life in a car accident, along with the training staff member. That was a very unfortunate incident, and it sucks because it came at one of the highest moments in both of their lives. Both of them were on a high of all highs, and for something like that to happen is truly unfortunate. I'm pretty sure both of them were great young individuals. Both of them probably had amazing futures ahead of them. But when it's time to go, it's time to go. So please send a prayer to the family. Please send your condolences to the family, to the school, to the players, because they lost a brother. The players, the players, they lost a brother. They lost a teammate. The coaches, they lost a son. I mean, that's gonna linger all off season. That's gonna linger all off season. But that's all I got for y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching. Go Dogs. Fuck everybody else. I appreciate y'all for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, share. Do all of it. I mean, all of it. Don't let up. Don't hold back. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Z out.